against Laos in the first semi-final of the plate. Indonesia running from left to right of your screen, and Laos in the blue strip.
There's certainly a lot of talent in both teams. For those of us who play our rugby here in Indonesia, we know there's a lot of talent in this Indonesian team, a lot of pace, and I'm sure they're going to do the country proud.
A bit of a switch here from both teams, so it will be Laos kicking off and running from left to right of your screen in the blue strip.
Right, Laos to kick off to Indonesia. Ref just about to get the game underway.
That's a good high kick to start us off. And Laos have come up with it. Good strategy first up, early up, but they've lost it in the 22. Indonesia need to recover, and they have. What can they do? Pangya swings it out wide, right in front of the goal post. And it's Nanda. It's Captain Courageous. Nanda to Andika. Andika's on the way. Andika's down the sideline. That's good cover defense there from Laos. Andika keeps the ball alive, but to Laos, and they pick up the ball. Laos with the ball now, 40 meters out of the try line. Indonesia needing to defend here.
Laos just looking to bring it right and try and use the width here. They certainly have the space out wide.
Straightening up is number 10. Back on the inside, but they fumble, and the referee will call knock on. We have an injury here. I think it's to an Indonesian player.
Yeah, very helter-skelter start there. Great take from the kickoff by Laos, putting Indonesia under all sorts of pressure. But a good breakout by Indonesia, and even Stevens at this point.
The Indonesian national sevens team here has been under training camp since January of this year, together with the women's side as well, under the coaching and guidance of George Wilson. So they've been together for a good 8 months, so they know each other well. And let's see how they put up in this first semi-final. Indonesia with the scrum feed. Buldan to feed it in. Buldan wins. Out to Nanda. The switch in play, but there was no communication from Indonesia. They recover well. Pangya with the ball. Penalty Indonesia. Quick tap from Captain Courageous Nanda. What can he do? It's out to Buldan. Buldan to Dionysius. Indonesia playing around with this very short blind side.
Laos opting to go quickly, but the ref calling them back for the line out. Yeah, good scrambling defense there by Laos in the end. Indonesia keeping it short, keeping it tight on this short side, but Laos getting themselves across, making the tackles, and ultimately they've got every opportunity now with this line out.
The referee sees a concern. He's called time off.
Yeah, we've got an injured Indonesian player down at the moment. Time back on, and we're game underway with a line out.
And Lao win that line out, spreading it out wide early, using the width of the park. There's a gap there, far left. Indonesia
Great
come
cover
up with the
defense by
ball.
Indonesia.
It's Pangya.
And now looking for the breakout try here.
Indonesia
Using
still.
the ball.
They're approaching the halfway. It's Nanda, the captain. It's Lohar Matius to Nanda. Nanda's over the 22. Nanda's going to score. The captain for Indonesia, number 1, Nanda Olawan Siregar. Indonesia 5, Lao 0.
Yeah, great play there by the captain, being part of the breakout from the 22, running all that way, and then being there in support to take the last pass. Excellent try there by Indonesia.
Good lead-up work there from the Indonesian national team. They were actually caught out deep in their half, but again, the game of sevens, counter-attack really is important, and Indonesia pulled up trumps on that one with a 5-pointer. That kick is successful. Nanda converting his own try. It is now Indonesia 7, Lao 0.
Yeah, and Indonesia have done well there to be on top because they've absorbed a lot of pressure in these first 3.5 minutes of the game. Lao, with all the running, all the ball, and Indonesia showing what a good side they are by being able to turn that over and make something out of nothing.
That's a good kick. It's come off Lao, so it's an Indonesia ball. The referee has played play on. Buldan switches it out to Pangya. Pangya straightens up. That's a good hit from Lao.
Yeah, no arms there as well in the tackle, and he's gone in high.
And it's Pangya again with a quick tap and go. Big hit there from Lao. I think Indonesia needs to settle down, pull up.
Yeah, just slow it down a bit, get a bit more structure back in, and then look for the space.
It's Indonesia again. It's their number 6. It's Diontius Andi. Great vision there from the Indonesian players.
Yeah, great play. Just slowed the ball down, waited for the space to show itself, attacked it, got the ball out wide, and a great try in the end for Indonesia.
Bull down there with some good vision, using the close blind side, switching it to the left, finding his speedy winger in Andi for the second 5-pointer for Indonesia.
Yeah, and it just shows there's no substitute for pace.
That looks good. Off the uprights, and that conversion is good, taking Indonesia out to 14. Lao 0.
Yeah, great kick there to stretch the lead even further.
That didn't go 10 from Nanda. The referee will bring it back up to the halfway line.
Lao looking to capitalize now on Indonesia's mistake. They'll get the tap, and let's see what they can do on attack.
90 seconds left in this first half. What can Lao do? Lao using the width of the park, going from left to right, right to left. Number 12 has bumped off some Indonesian defense. He's made a couple of good yards.
Yeah, but a great tackle there by Antika Pratama to keep Indonesia in this contest.
Great attack, great defense, great game of rugby we have here.
Yeah, Pratama showing his pace there. He had a good 5-6 meters to make up on defense there, and he got back and caught the Lao player quite comfortably in the end.
5 meters out of Indonesia's touchline. Scrum feet for Indonesia. Bit of push and shove there for the front row. Thank you, Mr. George Wilson, for putting that to my attention. He just told me there's only one row in sevens.
They're still in front.
Halftime hooter has gone. Buldan has fed the scrum. Indonesia with the scrum win. What will Andika do? Andika will take them on. Pulled by the jersey from behind with Laos defense. And it's a penalty to Indonesia. What will they do? Quick tap from Pangya.
Yeah, Indonesia just looking to keep this pressure on. If they can go into the half with one more try, certainly will be confident going into that second half that the game is really in their control.
Andika wanting to take them on with a big step, but that ball's gone loose in the 22. This is dangerous stuff from Indonesia. Big hit from the Laos defense. Indonesia losing the ball. Now then, it's Laos, 30 meters out. What can they do?
Great footwork there, picking up what wasn't a great pass.
Some fancy footwork there from Laos. Number 2, it is Tinkam Vanamani in for a try.
Yeah, and fair dues to Laos. That try is really a result of some persistent defense. Indonesia's thrown everything at them, tried to run out the 22, and Laos managed to turn it over and again scored a try from pretty much nothing.
Right on the halftime buzzer as well. It is now Indonesia 14, Laos 7. Back for the second half. We're ready now for the second half of this clash between the host, Indonesia, up against Laos. It's a close one. Indonesia leading 14 points to 7. 7 minutes to go. Let's see what both teams have up their sleeves. It's a close one. Indonesia will get us started, running left to right of your screen. Underway, Nanda to get us kicked off. It's a nice high restart. Indonesia has tapped it back. And it's Dion Andi to Pangya, Pangya to Nanda.
Yeah, great
Andika
chase on
with
the
a big
kickoff there by
step.
Indonesia, and that's opened up some room for them.
Penalty to Laos, no releasing. There's a big man there for Laos, number 10 it is. It's Thick Lakon. Laos now on the attack.
Penalty there for the high tackle against Indonesia. Got to keep their discipline here. Lao
starting to get heated here.
Yeah, Laos seeming to have a bit more energy the second half, really feeling that they're back in this game.
I think both teams need to calm down. It's time off. The ref has called time off, and I think he'll have a few words here. There is an injury in back play. Things starting to get heated. The passion is out there. Both teams really want this win. So it's Andika with that injury concern. Andika for Indonesia, limping off the field by the looks of it. Let's hope it's nothing serious. And number 4 will replace Andika for Indonesia. An injury for Andika here, being helped off the field.
Yeah, he's certainly not looking too comfortable at the moment. Took a big hit early on, and now he's taken another one, and I think that's going to be the ball game for him today.
Time on from the referee. Laos finding touch. Inside Indonesia's 22. Lao on the attack. Lao then to throw in for the line out. It's a good win for the Lao line out, but it's a little bit scrappy.
Good pressure on the ball player after the line out by Indonesia. But here come Lao. Bit of width out wide. Perhaps a bit guilty there of some lateral running. If they just straightened it up and used the ball rather than trying to run the width, they could have been in for the try.
Big number 15, but he loses the ball forward. And that'll be a scrum with Indonesia to feed. Good pressure, good defense from Indonesia.
Yes, these key moments in the game. Laos certainly with a massive opportunity to score there, and it's just one tackle that's forced that ball loose. And that could be a key moment that decides the outcome of this game.
Indonesia holding on to a very slim lead, only a converted try away from Laos with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game, 4 minutes seems a very long time, both for the players and for the coaching teams on the side.
The referee really stamping his foot on the scrum, talking to the lad's safety first, of course.
Yeah, that's been a focus of World Rugby in recent years, really. Player safety is of paramount importance. And I think with that, we're starting to see less serious injuries and maybe some of the boys playing a bit longer than they would have in the past.
Indonesia now, 5 out from their own 22. What can they do?
Oh, great feed.
It's a nice step there from Andy. Diontius Andy. He's taking them on. It's Indonesia. It's Garuda di Dadaku. It's Andy for Indonesia.
Some real passion there from our counterpart Bobby as that try was
I can't help it, mate. I can't help it. Bias is nothing to me. And Indonesia up now 19-7.
Had to chain him to his chair there to stop him from jumping on the tables.
Stop him from running onto the field. Conversion to come from Captain Nanda. And that conversion is successful, stretching the lead for Indonesia. Now 21, Laos 7.
And a new player on the field for Laos, number 14, Putavong. Massive unit, and I'm sure that he's going to have some ball to run with to test this Indonesian defense.
Certainly a big boy. He'll be a big boy in 15s rugby.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Now
like to be
his first
stopping that.
test. First touch of the ball for him. He does well. They play this short blind, Lau. Now, number 14, what can he do? The big arm. Some in and aways from Lau here.
Yeah, Van Mani has certainly been a bit of a menace. Not the biggest chap on the park, but he's had a few turnovers that he's taken. Quick feet.
Fumble from
Indonesia.
Laos. It's Nanda with the kick through.
Great chase
Nanda
down by
has
Captain
recovered the ball. Indonesia are in again. Captain Courageous Nanda Olawan Siregar brings the score to Indonesia 26, Laos 7. Again, just a good example there, Ryan, of counter-attack, and just anything can happen, especially from those small mistakes.
Yeah, and it's amazing how quickly a game changes. Indonesia under all sorts of pressure for the first three and a half minutes of the game. One try and then another quick one in quick succession, and suddenly the game looks like a sure win.
I think with that try from Captain Nanda, Indonesia has sealed this game. We're under a minute to go with a kick to come. And the kick is definitely unsuccessful.
Yeah, with 40 seconds to go here, Indonesia certainly have the game in the bag. Laos still a lot to play for in terms of pride, and they've done themselves well getting through to the semi-final.
It's a nice deep kick from Siregar, keeping Laos deep in their 22, having to work their way out. 90 meters to go, but they have a chance here. The gap has opened up. Laos still with the ball, but the referee says it's gone forward.
Yeah, and with 10 seconds to go in the game, Indonesia with the put into the scrum. I think that was Laos' last chance to get themselves back onto the scoreboard and add to their tally. But a great game here from Indonesia. Defense really has been a standout for them. They've absorbed a lot of pressure and coming out as victors.
The final hooter has gone. The referee will play this scrum. Free kick to Laos. Indonesia a little bit too eager.
Yeah, the refs have been very strict on the scrum rules this weekend.
It's a big unit, 14 there.
There he is, the big man.
Laos spread it out wide. They want some sort of dignity here in their scoreboard. But Indonesia have come up with it. Indonesia, all they have to do is kick this ball out. Not that I'm telling them what to do, and they do so. And Indonesia have come out victors, 26 over Laos 7.
Yeah, great result for Indonesia. Through to the finals. And if they can play the way they did here in the semis, certainly in with a shout of winning that one.